plus years I've been working with this model in organizations, it has really stood the test of time. The biggest challenge with it, though, is it's not a one-time fix-all type of thing. This is a model that is going to really change the way that you do your organization. And we'll talk a little bit later on in the discussion about culture, corporate culture, things like that. But what I wanted to start with is the first elements. He was saying it's a very simple model. There's actually only 3 elements that I start with. And I would pretty much say that any organization that does these 3 things is going to find more success, not just with employee engagement, but with the culture that they're creating, with the environment, productivity. It's also been shown to increase efficiency and time management in your employees. And so this is going to kind of be the nuts and bolts time. I'm going to give you the 3 elements, and we're actually going to work through them a little bit. I'm going to give you a little mini workshop, which is normally where I start when I work with an organization. Okay? So the first one is personal mission. And when I'm talking about personal mission, what I'm talking about are adjectives to describe who you want to be as a person. Now, for the purposes of this talk, I'm going to be addressing it from your own personal level, and this is what you can do with your employees also. But you can also do this at an organizational level, deciding what you want the adjectives for your organization to be. Okay? And the thing about these adjectives is they have to be behavioral. It has to be something you can control. It can't be a mission like be the best company in the world, or it can't be personal like I want my kids to be happy or I want to be happy, because sometimes we can't really control whether we're happy or not. It has to be things like friendly, helpful, efficient, things like that. And what I'd like you to do is type this in, and then pick a word that you would choose as your own personal mission. And this is totally confidential. This all goes to someplace on the internet, and we never see who sends it in. I mean, we like to keep it anonymous. But choose a word that you use yourself personally that kind of describes who you want to be as a person, both at work and at home. It can be friendly, helpful, efficient, compassionate, things like that. Because this is the foundational part of the model. This is where you're always going to default to whenever things are happening. This is a personal choice and something that you're going to use as you build the elements, okay? The example I really like is when you're building a house, okay? The first part of building a house is having a good, strong foundation. You have to have the concrete and the plumbing. If that's not all level and straight, what's going to happen? It's going to be crooked, there's going to be cracks. The house isn't going to be strong because the foundation's not strong. So when you're looking at yourself as a person, I think that's that deeper level that you have to start at if you're going to really build something special in your organization and try to engage people at a level other than just the